So you've decided to give Apex Legends a shot, and why wouldn't you? It's free! Now on its latest season, Legacy, with 17 playable characters, the game has never been so exciting to get into. But where do you begin on such an established and loved game? Am I going to get my butt whooped? No, it is you who shall be doing the whooping. And let me tell you, it's a delight. So before you dive into your first game, we've got some essential tips that'll guarantee you're ready to become a champion. Buckle up, friend. We're jumping in. Now you might be tempted to skip the tutorial in favor of getting to that butt whooping we were just talking about, but hold your horses. As well as the usual handy tips on how to, heal yourself, the tutorial also introduces you to sliding. This is a critical mechanic in Apex Legends, and a super handy tool for getting around the map quickly. Once you've gone through the tutorial, Apex Legends lets you jump back into the firing range to practice with every piece of hardware in the game. You can also quickly swap between each character to get a feel for how they play, without the hassle of incoming gunfire. And while most people will use this opportunity to work on their shooting, a handy skill in a shooting game, no doubt, you should also practice retreating to cover to pop a shield cell. You're going to find health and shield management just as important as your accuracy. Next, you absolutely want to adjust your field of view. By default, the narrower vision will make your movement feel a bit slower, and you could miss some precious loot in your peripheral vision. Or, even worse, an approaching enemy. We recommend expanding your FOV to at least 100, but if that's too wide for starting off, just bump it up around 90 or so. You can always change it mid-game and find that sweet spot. Discovering all the guns in Apex Legends is a treat, but finding your personal favourites is always a case of trial and error. There are 6 different weapon categories defined by their ammo type: light, heavy, energy, sniper, shotgun, and arrows, plus an additional special weapons category. These special weapons only appear in care package drops during a game and come with a preset amount of ammo that can't be replenished and locked attachments for all but the scope. All other guns can be buffed with attachments found around the map that improve handling, ammo capacity, and damage. There's no perfect loadout, and each weapon has strengths and weaknesses depending on each enemy encounter. You can carry 2 weapons as standard, so try mixing it up with something for close and longer range engagements. So let's jump into a game. If you're itching to get into a fight, you'll want to jump as soon as possible and head straight for the nearest building for a super spicy start. If you want a bit of breathing space, however, try heading a little further away from the flight path of the dropship. Either way, the key to a good jump is decisiveness, so pick a spot and don't change your mind. Also, don't forget to push forward on the left analog stick. You go faster. You'll be tempted to hoover up everything you see when you land, but be careful you don't fill your pockets with sniper stocks and grenades instead of ammo for the gun in your hand. The strength and rarity of all items in Apex Legends is denoted by colour. White is common, blue is rare, and purple is epic. Then there are legendary gold items. These typically have the same stats as purple, but come with some awesome bonus effects. Finally, some items such as Evo shields and special weapons can go one stage further to heirloom in red. One handy tip here, the colour of enemy death boxes denotes the rarity of the loot available, so maybe jump on the gold box before the blue one. Okay, let's talk about your best friend.
Hi, friends!
No, not Pathfinder. Your shield. In Apex Legends, your Evo shield improves as you do damage to enemy players. So if you grab a blue Evo shield, drop in on an unsuspecting squad, and hammer out 300 damage, you're going to see that upgrade into a purple right on your body. Keep in mind though, the extra shield bar comes in empty, so be sure to pop a shield cell once you're done, demolishing the other team. You actually land already equipped with an Evo shield, so don't worry if you can't find one off the drop, you just need to start getting that damage in. Items spawn differently every game, so while you may land on the ideal setup this round, you could find garbage the next. That's where your contextual ping comes in super handy, as you can alert your teammates to loot that you don't need so they can grab it. Equally, you can ping missing items in your inventory. So if you see a guy that needs shooting but you're running low on ammo, you can let your teammates know you need a hookup. Oh, and don't forget to ping enemies. It's always better to know which way to shoot. Like most Battle Royale games, you need to make sure you stay inside the ring unless you want to suffer an untimely and undignified demise. Shields won't help if you're stuck in the ring. It goes straight for your health. And while looting until the last moment is tempting, you may well have obstacles on your route that'll slow your progress to safety. So give yourself plenty of time to get away and in position for your next scrap. When you do need to leg it, hold triangle to holster your weapons so that you can free up those hands and kick it up into a sprint. Finally, here are the 2 most essential combat tips for getting started in Apex Legends. Number 1, swap before reload. When you find yourself face to face with an enemy, it's almost always faster to change to your second weapon in a pinch, rather than to dance around waiting for your gun to reload. You can have the greatest aim in the world, but it counts for little when your enemy has already switched to their second and Swiss cheesing you with bullets. And number 2, armor swapping. It takes 5 nail-biting seconds to pop a shield battery to get your armor back to full. Looting someone's death box and taking their armor, on the other hand, can take under a second if you're quick. You tell me which is faster. Even if the new armor is worse, the benefit of having the whole team back in the fight versus you hiding in the corner like a lemon is huge. Plus, your old armor will retain its damage if an enemy tries to do the same. It's these cheeky little tricks that make the game so delicious. We've got loads more tips for getting started in Apex Legends, from character selection, weapon breakdowns, and in-game tactics. So be sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series. Until then, jump into some games and get it started. We'll see you out there.
PlayStation